So, it's December 2020. Attack on Titan just released their first episode of Season 4, and as a huge Attack on Titan fan, I quickly watched the episode. And then I realized that now I have to wait a whole week. So to divert my mind, I went to Pinterest. And while I was scrolling through Pinterest, I found some fan art. And as a curious person, I went to YouTube to search for a fan art tutorial. And I found out that in order to make fan art you have to draw. Because I never thought that these masterpieces are made by a human being. I just assumed that they are probably made by computer. That's how I found out about digital art. And now it was my turn to draw. And for your information, let me tell you that I have never done drawing in my life. I probably only drew when I was in kindergarten. So I downloaded an app and started drawing. And this was my first drawing which I did in a mobile. I made some more drawings like this. And at that time I used to like these drawings too. Maybe because I was new to all this at that time. And I also started posting these drawings on Instagram without knowing that my drawing was not worth posting anywhere. When I saw that I was not able to paint like other artists, I slowly started losing motivation. And I used to think that maybe I don't have talent for painting. Then I gave up drawing people for a while. And I started to draw things like this. Then I started drawing humans again, and this time I started drawing better than before. As you can see, they are still bad. But not as bad as my previous drawings. And then there is this drawing. Let's take a moment and figure out what's wrong with this image. Did you find it? If you did, congratulations. And if you did not, let's count the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, he has 6 fingers. And I didn't realize it until this year. That's how dumb I was. And after drawing for 3 to 4 months, I wasn't seeing much improvement, so I decided to learn shading and learn how light and shadows work. And I didn't know anything about perspective, skin tone, anatomy and many other things. And the biggest reason that I wasn't improving fast enough was that I wasn't using references. And to all the people who are new to drawing, please don't make the same mistake I did. Because I thought using references was cheating. And if I could go back in time, I would tell my past self to use references and stop using black for shading. Fast forward to August 2021. 8 to 9 months have passed. And in these months I made a lot of drawings, and there was a lot of improvement in my painting. These are some of the drawings that I did in these 8 to 9 months. So as you can see, I improved a lot in those 8 to 9 months. But in August, something happened. And I completely stopped drawing, and I also deleted my Instagram account. Because drawing was not feeling the same as it used to when I first started it. I was also exhausted, and I had to look after my mental health too. So I did nothing for the rest of the year. Fast forward to March 2022. 7 months have passed. And I got a tablet. Not a drawing tablet but a regular tablet. I felt like drawing again. So I installed IbisPaint on my tablet and started drawing. And you know what happens when you quit drawing for 7 months and start to draw again? This. But this time I didn't lose hope because I wasn't comparing my art with that of other artists, and I kept on drawing. And I also thought of making manga. But I didn't have any storyline, so I dumped that idea too. But maybe in the future I will think about making manga again. Who knows? My drawings were also starting to get better again, and I was also doing studies on different kinds of materials. And now I wasn't feeling demotivated. Because I was starting to see huge improvements in my drawings. And I did this realistic boot painting too. It looks complicated at first, but if you learn how light behaves on different materials, you will be able to easily paint realistically. And now let's see some of my old drawings that I redrew this year. We are almost at the end of the video, so I would like to share some of my recent artworks too. And the time-lapse of these artworks is available on my channel, you can check it out too. And I think my favorite drawing this year so far is this painting of Makima. And if you guys want me to redraw my old drawings and post the time-lapse in my channel, feel free to let me know by commenting down below. And I hope you guys liked my digital art journey. I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.